Hello everybody, how are you guys today? Today we're gonna do something really different in just a moment. It's not exactly that different. I mean, some of you maybe do this already, but for the vast majority of players here, maybe this is not something that you guys know. So if you have multiple accounts, you can raise enough shards to create your own little guild, like I do here, like I have here, which means that you can put all your Smurf accounts into one single guild, okay? So pretty much this is what I have here. You see? Why is this important? Because of two reasons. First reasons will be this, okay? You can do boss with all your Smurfies. And the second one would be this, which is extremely important as well. So let's get on the cell and do this really quick. Okay, I'm creating with this account and I'm inviting. When you invite, you will see that, of course, I am accepting now invitations with my other accounts, and now I will be able to do team dungeons with all the Smurf accounts that I want to get involved into this. It's very important. And as you can see, I can already do Mesa free here, which is very important. Mesa free gives you lots of shards, right? And this is really going to help me grow all my accounts. Okay, so as you can see, so maybe you're wondering how the hell am I doing this, because you obviously cannot um, use the same device to play simultaneously on 4 accounts. You can play on multiple accounts from one device, but you have to change between the accounts, so you'll never be able to be on 2 accounts or 3 or 4 accounts at the same time from the same device. In my case, I'm doing something that is not extremely smart. I mean, it's not like I'm pumping my brain power into this. So I'm just using 4 Android devices that I have laying around in my house, that I used for testing or whatever I did with them in the past, and now they are pretty much useless. They're pretty low tech for the today's standards, let's say, but they are good enough for Castle Clash to work on. So I'm using a Chinese phone, which is called an Empire or something like that. This phone has all the conditions that are necessary for the Castle Clash game. It's not a very good game or very good phone overall, but it does cover the basics, which is has enough storage, internal storage, for the game to be unpacked and installed, and also has enough RAM memory for the game to work properly. So that would be 1 GB of RAM. You need 1 GB of RAM to run this game properly, okay? Then the next Android device that I use is also a Samsung Note 1. This is a very old phone, not extremely old, but still, it's at least 5 years old, I think. Alright, so again, meets the requirements of the game. And then I have two better devices, let's call them. And as you can see, I already won one of the attempts, which is very good. I'm now quickly switching in between the devices so I can collect the reward and also create the next one as fast as I can. This is not extremely time consuming. It takes about 15 minutes to do when you have a full rooster there. Also, it's very important to focus where you want to put your stuff. For Team Dungeon 3, it is very important to put them like this. See, as they are here, you need to put them like this. The corner needs to be covered, okay? because that's the area where the most of the opposing forces are, let's say. So there's an army camp in each corner, and that way your heroes will get enough aggro so they can proc faster, and they can challenge the boss immediately almost. Alright, so I was saying that I'm using 4 Android devices, but you can also do this pretty much differently. Um, you if you don't have 4 Android devices lying in your house, I mean I do, but of course not everyone can have this. You know, not everyone can do testing on Android devices like I do or something like that. Then you can also install on your laptop BlueStacks, but also you will need about 2 or 3 virtual machines. Okay, so you will need to install BlueStacks, and also you will need to install a virtual machine editor like vSphere, let's say, or something that is cheaper, or maybe there are some I know that don't cost you any money, but also the machine creation is kind of hard to do and stuff like that. So you will want to watch a video on YouTube probably on how to configure a virtual machine environment before you can do that. But the easiest thing that I could think of and didn't require me any time at all to do is to grab these 4 Android devices that I had in my house that are not extremely expensive, even if you don't have them lying in your house. I mean, the Chinese phone cost me like $50 or something like that. The Note 1, the same. And of course, I do have these 2 other devices that are a little bit better. They are the phones that I currently use. Um a Note 3 and also a M Plus 2. These are indeed a bit more expensive, but not that expensive. And yeah, I'm using all 4 of them, and everything works fine. As you can see, I mean, I can do this. I can get my rewards fast enough. I'm not losing a lot of time. I'm um, I'm not standing in line to pick up random how you call them, random people on the internet to do this. I can do pretty much uh, all of them and get all the rewards. I'm not missing any rewards. It's great. It's not a time consumer anymore. I get all the rewards, and also I can pretty much make everything go very well for myself and the accounts that I'm trying to play on, which I think is very great. Okay, so we have still some mesas to do here. We'll do them as fast as possible, and yeah, after that, I don't know. I will show you after we do the mesas. I'll show you the boss, but yeah. Until then, just keep on watching on how the game unfolds here. And remember, you can do Mesa if you have the accounts needed, and if you have the devices or the virtual machines needed. You can do them. You no longer lose any time for waiting other people, because that takes a lot of time to wait for people to join your game, or you join random games online, and pretty much that's a big pain. You never know exactly how fast you can find a group of 4 people to actually do the dungeon before one of them skips or something out of the blue. Um, Also, I don't think this is news for everyone, but anyways, pretty much Dungeon Free is around for like a year and a half already. So, but it's very important to have at least 2 Pumpkin Dukes in the game, so you can do Mesa free. And this is very important. You need 2 Pumpkin Dukes to do it, because this boss has a lot of life, and if you would only have one, you're not going to generate um, enough stacking, and the damage output will not be sufficient for killing this boss. So you need two pumpkin dukes for Mesa free. All right. Then remember to bring all the rare legendaries that you have. Um, that's very important as well. Each rare legendary brings onto the table something new, something that the other heroes can benefit from. So yeah, bring them, bring all of them, put them all in your little team there, and yeah, you'll make it work. You'll make it work. I promise you. All right. Let me do some switching for. There is a little problem each time you do like 400 devices at once. You might occasionally find yourself lacking for power supplies. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm changing the power supply on one of the devices. That's going to be done pretty soon. So let's create again. Mm-hmm. Let's see. There you go. 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 Come on. Oh, the phone is pretty sluggish today. But that's just fine. Come on. Show me the stuff. Show me, show me. Show me the stuff. Just show me what you can do. So I gave you the explanation how to do pretty much the Mesa thingy. Now I don't have anything else to chat about really. It's that simple actually. You do what I've told you and you'll be able to do Mesa, so that's cool. That's pretty much it. Uh, there's not a lot of news about the game other than the discussion about bringing totems into the game, stuff like that. Another fucking building that you have to fucking put somewhere inside your base. I'm really not expecting that. I think the game is oversaturated already with buildings and with heroes. I was expecting of something else like troop talents, for example. That would be a nice addition. Um, Maybe another game mod or two, change a little bit the mods that there are already in, that they can be spiced a little bit, put something in like difficulty increase, but also like you get better rewards for doing that or something like that. I don't know. They are bringing another building, and that building is just going to act like a secondary tower or something like that, from the point of view that I have, many players have, about the totem. I don't think it's something that, of course, they want to introduce into the game totems, because totems work only with legendary heroes, from what I've seen. But think about it. Do the players really need another reason to spend gems? I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Game creators, of course, want money, but come on. I mean, you can get pretty tired about the same thing happening all over again. Every freaking day, you have to spend gems to get certain stuff. So it can be getting pretty tiresome at a certain point. No, I for one sometimes feel that I'm, instead of playing a game, it's like working. It's already no fun if you work for something like, yeah, I start not care that much about this game anymore. That's troublesome because I really, really love the way this game progressed in the past and stuff like that. But what can I tell you? It is like it is, you know? You know what I'm saying? You probably don't. But anyways, one of my devices is lower today and it's causing a delay of 50 seconds overall. This trying to happen and device differ from technical specs and stuff like that, and also OS versioning and yeah. But it's very weird to see that three of the devices have basically the same timestamp on them, and they are showing pretty much the same thing, and one of them is like behind with 50 seconds. It's like you're watching a rerun of your favorite TV show, you know? This is really weird. Also, the team dungeon stuff, it's very good to time the way you do the team dungeons because they are intended for, of course, different things. Um, you have Team Dungeon 1. Team Dungeon 1 has gives the player the ability to get more blue and green heroes, which can be important. As you've seen in the past, when we did the Minecraft a little bit, you need those lesser heroes, blues and greens, for that might increase. You need to rush that might increase at a certain point. You need to reach Lost Realm really fast. So I think Dungeon 1 is intended for that exactly, to raise might and to get to 10,000 might as soon as possible. Also gives you some very delicious books that you can use for honor badges. Of course, you don't use them for anything else. They say experience books, but no, no one's no one's using those experience books for actual experience. Trust me, those are used only to be sold and to get honor badges instead of them. So pretty much that's Dungeon 1. And Team Dungeon 1, I suppose you can start using immediately as you have reached to 2.5k mites. That's the important stuff. You start doing Team Dungeons at that certain point when you gain access to it, and you can progress pretty fast in the game if you do that constantly. If you get 20 blue heroes, that's exactly what you need. You get 20 blue heroes and you have 5 legendaries in your altar, you're good to go. You can immediately enter Lost Realm after that. So I guess you can do that in like 10 days now with everything that you have at your disposal. So sweeping helps. If you do team dungeons, that helps with the blue heroes, with honor badges and stuff like that. Also, what you really want to do is you want to conserve those merits that you get from these team dungeons, and you want to buy with them only shards and honor badges. In my opinion, do not waste your merits on anything else. So when you see shard packs and honor badges packs, those you buy with your merits. Don't spend your merits or anything else because it's not worth it. Um, the prices are too high, and you'll end up spending more than you actually gain. So don't do it. It's it's silly that the game operates like this, but you need to get a hold of all these little cons that are in the game. You know, game tries to con you at any point. So okay, this was the last team dungeon that we had for today. Now we are moving forward to doing the boss, free to play style, Smurfy style, let's call it. So pretty much I'm going to initiate this. I can't really show you, but I'm doing now on each of the device. I'm starting the battle. um, you have to initiate the battle from one of your accounts. All right, you initiate the battle. Let's so you see this device here. All right, so I have initiated the battle from here, and now with all of my devices I can just join in the same time. You join in the same time. All right, you throw all your heroes that you have on all the devices in the same time, and this is going to help you a lot. You're not spending any time, probably just the 2 minutes. Of course you do have to spend 2 minutes inside the game to do this, but hey, that's really fast. So I'm doing this from all my devices right now simultaneously. That means in the same time, okay? I'm doing the same action basically from all 4 devices. I'm joining the boss with all of them. So of course, not all of the devices have, not all of the devices have, not all the accounts have a pumpkin duke on them. Okay, only 2 accounts of mine have a pumpkin duke on them. So only those 2 will actually be able to finish the boss, to kill him off. But that doesn't matter, because if you reach with all your accounts the amount of 20 million damage inflicted upon the boss, then you will get the maximum honor badges count for all the accounts, which is for boss 2 it's 7,150 honor badges, I believe. But we'll see that in less than a minute. Alright, so you don't have to actually finish the boss with all the accounts. You just need to join the battle and do as much damage as you can. And you will see here upon completion of this boss that one of my accounts actually doesn't meet all the requirements and will inflict only 13 million damage to the boss, which means it's not gonna get 7,000 honor badges, the maximum amount. It's gonna get something less, probably 3,000 or 4,000 honor badges, okay? But that's acceptable. It's a secondary account that I only use as a shard farm. Hey, that works. That works for me. I mean, I don't care. I don't care. As long as it gets some 100 badges every day, that's perfect. I don't care. Alright. So we are getting close to the boss being finished. The device I'm recording from already have finished, and also one other of my accounts. As you can see here, you are greeted with victory screen, which doesn't really matter because you don't get anything extra if you actually kill the boss. The maximum amount of 100 badges that you can get for this particular boss, this is boss 2, is 7,000 honor badges, remember that. And you can reach 7,000 honor badges, the maximum amount, if you do 20 million damage, I think, or 21, something like that. 21 million damage, and you get your maximum honor badges count for a day. That's what you need to strive for. And I recommend to anyone to do boss 2, because boss 2 is really easy to be handled. Alright, so let me show you really fast, because all the accounts have finished. As you can see here, this is a list, and all the accounts that have participated into this boss battle are listed here. And 1, 2, 3 of my accounts have got the maximum count of honor badges, and the 4th, as I said, didn't, because it only did like 14 million damage, as you can see here. 12 actually, 12 million damage. Okay, so don't worry yourself too much about that. It's not extremely important. You need to get, of course, the maximum amount of honor badges on the accounts that you consider to be your primary accounts, the ones that you will progress into the game the most. And that's pretty much what everything is here to say. Okay, I don't have anything else to say here. So I've shown you how to do as a free-to-play, how to do well in also in team dungeons, but also in the boss battles. So now all that we have to do is, because I've seen that the bonus is a little low here, we will do some rolls pretty quickly because we need some heroes, goddamn. Of course, I don't know if we'll get anything, but we need to try. So I decided to reduce the amount of gems that I'm rolling. I'm gonna roll the same amount of gems, of course, that I can get, but I'll roll them faster. Each week I'm going to try to roll some gems. So let's see, let's start here with this one. Well, I have a duplicate Valentina now, goddammit. Alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to roll anything else because I roll this in this very rare. Not exactly the hero that we wanted. Damn it. She's in card form right here. Mm. Let's sell this Cyclops. Let's use her. Let's see what she came with. I have two Valentinas now, level 1. I will choose the one that has the most, the best talent, of course. So let's see. Where are my Valentinas? So she has a War God. 1. Alright. Nothing good here, unfortunately. So Valentina, in my opinion, I will do a review of her maybe at some point. But she's not a very good hero in my opinion. Not a very good hero. She's just like Candy Cane, man. I mean, it's something that they wanted to put out there, a new hero, but it's no. I'm not gonna use her too much, okay? Okay, let's see here. Okay, we can donate this to get some more gems. Don't have a lot of gems because I'm doing like I'm not playing the same amount of time that I did on all the accounts, but that's okay. So nothing else here. Let's switch to this one. We did roll another Valentina. I guess we could be, happy about that. Let's see. So I can buy some stuff here, I guess. And I can go here, I guess. I'm just guessing. And that will get me some more thingies, but not enough to do free rolls. That's fine. Let's do the 2 rolls here. Alright, not to worries. And now on to the one that I call my main, my main account. It is the main now. Also, what I didn't do, I didn't collect this. Yes, so that gives us a little bit extra. I think I have already cleaned the board here almost. And let's roll. Rolling. Come on, give me something good. Give me something good. Something good. Good. I'm rushing it a little bit. No? Don't wanna give me something good? You don't wanna give me something good? Why not? Ah! But this is something we need to do. We need to roll our gems because we don't have enough rare legendaries to make a count. Say. And again, remember, see what I'm doing here with these blue cards. I'm selling them for shards, okay? This is the way you get the most out of your blues. If you open those cards and you feed them to one of your heroes, that's going to give you 200 skill points. But if you sell them, that will give you 12 shards, which means you get 10 shards to buy yourself, you know, those two green oozes that gives you 200 skill points, but also you gain 2 extra shards for each card. Okay? Remember the math. It's very important. All right, I guess we kind of did everything that we could today here. Uh, uh, Pretty shortly, I'm going to do another video, maybe also this week, but maybe next week. I don't know exactly. I need to check my schedule to see how I have the time to do it. In which we will show some progression on the game, and yeah, as always, just keep playing. It's worth it as long as you do stuff correctly. All right. Have a nice one. Bye bye.